connecting and going to the big picture and music. Welcome to Everyday Talks with Aiko and Psycho. And Psycho has decided to go with becoming a man. So welcome, the new
Hello.
Psycho.
Hello.
We're kidding. This is Fronter. Psycho told me that I could put this in there. It made her laugh. She's not feeling well today, so Psycho will not be a part of this. Today we're discussing phone games, though, and this should be interesting
Yep.
because I have a couple that I like playing more. Yeah, I play one every day. It's AFK Arena. I did not, for the longest time, believe the ads. It's always like, oh, put in these codes and get all this fantastic stuff. And oh my God, guess what? No commercials or anything. You don't have to deal with that with our app. It's completely free. And it is completely free. You can I've still got some of the best characters in the game, and I got them just by playing it and continuing to play it over time and upgrading heroes and stuff. So they're not kidding. You can spend money on it. I have yet to do that, and I've still got some really incredible stuff and over 50 million coins. So no complaints from me. I enjoy the game. I do it every day because you have the whole AFK part, and it's only up to 18 hours of collecting XP and stuff. So at least every 18 hours, if you want it to continue going, you have to get in the game.
So wait, I don't think we're sponsored by them, are
No, we're
we?
not. Just a heads up, we are not sponsored by any of the games we talk about, but I do want to talk about some of the phone games that are exciting, and that's one that I play every day. I do play that
Ye-
every day.
Yeah.
How about you? What kind of phone games are you into?
Well, when I was younger, the only reason why I actually had a quote unquote phone, I did not get my own phone or any of that crap until I was like 18 when I bought it myself. What I did get is I got this dinky little phone that had no connection. So I just loaded up with games. So I was playing everything from like Angry Birds, Mini Gore Zombies. That was an old one. And for those who may remember it, the old Deer Hunter games by Glue. Those ones those ones took up so much time, me just trying to land the right shot.
I don't think I ever heard of those.
If you want to look it up, it's GLU, and they made a bunch of them.
Interesting.
Yeah, but my parents, being the good parents they were, actually installed something called Net Nanny on my little play phone when I was younger to make sure I wasn't looking up stupid like freaking live leaks as a child because I knew I would have found my way on there somehow. So I was kind of, it would filter my games and let me only play certain ones.
Oh, I never had a block, but it was a long time before I got off of having a flip phone when I was younger. So you're a lot younger than me though. So like when I was a teenager, it was flip phones and stuff because that was the new tech. My first touchscreen was a Droid X, and then I got an iPhone when those came out, and I've been an iPhone user ever since. Just because for me, my Droid broke down in like a year. It didn't last me the full 2 years or anything. The only issue I've ever had with an iPhone is back in the day when the batteries were complete crap. Um,
Hey, at least you didn't have an Android phone that the battery, instead of being complete crap, it was just literally exploding in your pocket. Rip Samsung
see,
Galaxy.
yeah, okay, so not all of them do that, and they have gotten a lot better with that. I will give them credit for that because I work for T-Mobile, not sponsored by T-Mobile or anybody or any major companies we
But
mentioned
they,
or
they totally
anything.
could sponsor us, hook us up with,
They could,
something.
please do. But we are not sponsored by anybody we mentioned in this video or any games or game creators. That being said, working for T-Mobile was great. I got to learn a lot more about phones than I ever knew. I mean, you could still look them up on their own, your Verizon or Cricket or whoever you're with.
Or track phone.
Yeah, so You could find out its specs and everything, get a general idea for it and everything. But I became a decent salesman while I was there for a little while. Um, but for me, when I found out that like phones were exploding in people's pockets and stuff, and it had nothing to do with iPhones, I was like, I'm gonna stick with iPhone. And I mean, yes, you get a lot more free games, including like the Angry Birds games were free on Androids versus costing
Well, they
99
were
cents on
free.
iPhones. Oh, were. Okay, so that is a
See,
keyword.
now whenever they if for those who don't know, they actually recently brought back like the OG Angry Birds, but they made it 99 cents because they delisted a bunch of the games. Like they delisted Seasons, Rio, Star Wars 1 and 2, Racing, Transformers. There were so many spin-offs of Angry Birds.
Yeah.
It was almost as bad as the amount of spin-offs with for Kirby.
I mean, hey, like here's the thing. Everyone gives people crap for selling out, but here's the thing: if someone's willing to sponsor you and stuff, take it. Like, I mean, shoot, there's a lot of YouTubers that get sponsored by mobile games and stuff all the time. And shoot,
Including
even if you're only making $100 off of it, or 20 or $30, or something, because that's what a sponsorship does. They pay you to um, to show off their game and talk about it and all the good things and fantastic stuff in the game. And of course, you're going to have to say all the good stuff about it. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of games that if you take the time to invest in it, it will be good. Initially, it starts out slow, but yeah, there's a lot of things you can get. But hey, if you're going to make money off of it, go for it.
yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, and I think that one of the more, notable ones is Raid Shadow Legends, which I personally have you ever actually tried that game?
I have not. That's one of the few that I
I
have
have
not yet
not. Like I've
tried.
been like because how over talked about it is, I've always been kind of worried about doing it.
True. See, that's the weird thing with me. I'm weird, and I know this about myself with this is if something blows up on the internet for some freaking reason, depending on it or something, I don't want anything to do with it. I straight up don't. And then I finally do try the item or watch the movie or anime or TV show or whatever, and I find out that I freaking love it. And I'm over here going, why didn't I get into this every single time without fail? I wish I was kidding. But phone games and everything, like AFK Arena, for example, it popped up on like every single game I played. It was the commercial playing, and I finally got sick of it. And my thought was, okay, I'm gonna download the game, it, even if it's only to get rid of the commercials. And they would still pop up every once in a while, but I think usually that actually works. If you download the game and play it for even a little bit, the commercials will go away. But I ended up getting really into it. They really didn't have any ads. You got all sorts of stuff. I even Googled a bunch of their little codes to get free items and gems and coins, and I got a crap load of them. If you actually do all of the objects in the game, you can constantly unlock new characters and stuff. You can get gems for a lot of things, all sorts of coins and energy for your heroes and stuff. You don't need energy, as in like recharging every day so that you can play it more. You've used up all 100 energy. You don't do any of that. You just get into the arena and do as many battles as you want. And the first like 5 are free, and then after that you do have to have arena tickets, but you just get them. I think every day for you get a certain amount. Because the first time I finally, after months of having the game and playing it, I finally went into the arena and started doing battles. And I would always refresh it until I found someone who's just absolutely weak as crap, and I would just annihilate them in 2 seconds, get my reward, move on to the next guy, and refresh until I found someone weak enough to fight.
Hmm.
Because there are people that
Yeah.
have like 13 million freaking power level, and I think that my power level, which I was surprised when I first saw it, is somewhere around almost 400,000 or 500,000, which isn't too bad. It might be a little less than that. And so I just find people with like 12,000 or 100 something thousand. Sometimes I could fight someone with 200 something thousand, depending on which characters they have. But yeah, It's a lot of fun. I do enjoy it. I do it every. I literally play the game almost every
Mm.
day.
Yeah. So, as you were talking, I was looking through the App Store just to check out what, because it's been a while since I've actually been on it. And so, looking at it, the first thing that comes up is the pre registration stuff. And lo and behold, can you guess what's coming to mobile?
But
Apex Legends is coming to mobile. Same thing with Warzone.
I actually remember hearing about that, and I'm gonna keep playing those on the computer because yeah, no, I'm
Wait. Okay, ports.
that's
Because you
rude,
can see
Kelly.
how, yeah,
She
how
commented.
they're porting this console game onto mobile. That's something that I feel like a lot of developers were doing. I think like the mid 2010s with stuff like here it is. Okay, everybody knows about like Call of Duty Mobile and all that.
Right,
They got Symphony of the Night, Castlevania, Terraria. They got a lot of the old GTA games
dude.
like Three, Vice City, and San Andreas.
I do have Terraria on my phone, and I have Minecraft on my phone. I'm not a fan of Minecraft on the phone. I'm, I'm just not. Terraria is not too bad though, mostly because it's a side scroller for me, at least. That fits and works out pretty dang well. Minecraft
Yeah.
did not. But hey, in the top three for the paid apps, Angry Birds is number three. Yeah,
Let's see what for Android. Yeah, it's Minecraft, Angry Birds, and Bloon Tower Defense 6.
yeah. In
Whoa,
the top
Poppy
five, Bloons is
Playtime
four.
Chapter 1 is on here for number 5.
Which one is?
Poppy Playtime.
I have that and I streamed it to Twitch. I need to stream it to YouTube just to play it again because part two comes out soon.
Yeah, I know. Like I think like this month because it's May.
Maybe, maybe they might push it back
Yeah, but
again just to get some more details done with it because they want to make it like perfect. And real quick, I think I discussed it back in a previous session, or maybe I was just talking with friends about it. But if if a game says, "Hey, we're pushing back the date," do not do not protest that. Don't be a little wuss and protest that. It's stupid. That means that they're putting more effort in to make it as good as they can. And when it comes out, it's
unless
going to
you
be
know
better
you were
than you could have
security
imagined.
breach. Unless you were security breach.
Even that got pushed out a little early.
No, yeah, no. Even though they kept on pushing it back for months and months and months. Like, don't let us have another Cyberpunk 2077
That's what I'm
situation.
getting on to. That's what I'm talking about. The cyberpunk is one of the best things in that category because people, I think they ended up, shoot, what is it called? When everybody's a petition. I think they actually petitioned and got enough signatures. I think. Don't quote me on that for sure, but I think they did. They got enough signatures, and the company couldn't keep working on it. They were basically forced to push it out, and so everybody bought the game and got pissed. This is garbage. It's not working. It's glitching all the time. It's such a big game. What did you expect?
And
That
again,
game is enormous.
it was originally announced back in 2012, I believe.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
But I mean, I found out about The Last of Us, for example. They did a good job of like not really putting too much information out about that for a good while before it was really pretty close to being ready to release. I think because that game
Oh,
was
and
phenomenal. I love The Last of Us.
yeah. But two, on the other hand,
I heard there was a lot
eh,
about that.
yeah, there was a lot. There was a lot of issues with it.
I still want to play it just because I just want to see the rest of the storyline. But at the same time, I know I could probably just watch a YouTuber do that because I don't have a PlayStation. I'm an Xbox guy more primarily. I have no issue with PlayStation. I just have more friends on Xbox. So, but I mean, even God of War came out on Steam recently. So,
Wait, which God of War? You mean Dad of War?
God of War, like the new one, like the new
Yeah,
one.
Dad of War.
Dad of War. Oh yeah, yeah.
Boy,
Jackson,
boy
Jacksepticeye.
edition.
Yeah. I watched his playthrough of that. That was fantastic. Boy,
Boy edition. Boy of the Year edition.
it makes me glad that games like those don't get mobile editions because I don't think that would work out too well.
Yeah, like look at Happy Wheels. Yeah, wait, I wonder. Am I looking up and seeing if Happy Wheels is still on the Apple Store?
Oh dear God, I had it for a bit. Happy Wheels. It is you,
Oh shit! It's actually on freaking Android now. I'm getting that just to see how bad it is
dude.
on
It
mobile.
like I will say that one was just bad. It was just bad. The controls are bad. The game is bad. It's bad.
Like and they had to censor a lot of like what made Happy Wheels
Yeah.
because
Well, especially on Apple because they censor a crap load of stuff.
like you couldn't fling little Timmy into spikes and have him explode because oh you can't kill kids. That was like the best part about the. Okay, okay. For those who need context, Happy Wheels was a freaking browser based flash games that got really popular because basically it was like one of those motorcycle games you might play as a kid with keyboard,
Yeah.
like up and down, went forward and backwards, and left to right to lean.
Yeah, but you could
But the
make
thing
your
about
own
this one,
characters, you could
you
create the
make your own
levels and make
levels.
things crazy. I mean, they had spin-offs of everything on there that were amazing. It was
But
fantastic.
the thing is, it was like, okay, you're just playing this. All of a sudden, your character loses their freaking leg and there's blood,
And
and then
he's
you lose,
and he's still pedaling with no legs.
and then all of a sudden you hit a mine and your entire body just explodes, and all you're doing is the camera follows your heart as it rolls
Yeah.
towards the goal.
Yeah, flying through
Like
the
it
air,
was
you're just following the heart
amazing
with
back
blood
in the day.
splatters.
And whenever Flash finally died, may it rest in peace. They actually released a Java version so people could continue to play.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I haven't even seen some of the big YouTubers play that ever. I think Markiplier revisited it at one point, and it was trash in comparison to the original, or
Oh
something.
yeah,
I was sad.
it
I was.
is.
Uh,
Like it. Okay, the loading times are a bit worse. It chugs now. I still remember the first time I ever played
uh,
Happy Wheels. It was the Happy Wheels demo back in middle school because the actual Happy Wheels game was blocked because of course it was. But we go on these Weebly sites
yeah.
and like you have all your fun flash games, and then it always had with like 5 or 6 levels and 3 characters unlocked: irresponsible dad, Segway guy, and grandpa.
Huh.
Yeah, yeah.
Neat. But
But yeah, I just
I miss
got
the
it.
Flash games.
Yeah, but apparently now they Goat Simulator on phone, and it's free.
Ooh. I know that I loved Goat Simulator. That was one that I enjoyed. And I have a stream on my channel for Power Wash Simulator. That game actually
Ooh,
is fun. It's relaxing. And part of the reason is because I know what it's like to actually power wash a driveway. And IRL, that sucks. In this game,
trust me,
your
I know.
freaking power washer is a magic thing. It doesn't, spray it and then it leaks onto the ground and you have to respray the ground or anything. No, it just makes the dirt vanish.
It reduced to ashes, reduced to atoms.
Exactly. It's the best cleaning thing ever. And since I had already watched Markiplier play it, and I actually remember during one of my streams, I think I've got 2 episodes up. Yeah, I remember during one of my streams that he was like, "There's got to be lore in this based on all the little text messages you get and stuff." And I'm looking at everything. I'm going, "How did a house get this dirty? How did you get so filthy? Why is it black?" And I remembered, I'm like, "Oh." That's right. There's a volcano, and I look around, and yep, there's a volcano in the distance, and there's smoke coming out of the top of it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, volcanic ash. Duh.
Yeah.
But I still find it kind of funny too that you don't have to power wash like the grass, and that the grass is still like lively and green in the game, but everything else is covered in soot. It just perfectly layered itself on
And
all
how
of the
like you
walls,
see
the
nobody
house, and the
out there
floor.
because everybody else is pretty much evacuated at that point. They're like, oh yeah, you're still there, just cleaning away.
Yeah, but don't forget that like either they have to be either inside the houses or the text messages you get make a point that those people are still there. They paid you to clean their house. If they're all evacuating, they have no need for you to clean their house if we're evacuating because of a volcano.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're still there. They're still there. But I think I don't uh, as in terms of actual volcanic activity, I don't know a lot, but I don't necessarily think that just because there is some smoke, because there's always lava sitting under there and stuff, I don't necessarily think if there's smoke showing that that means it's about to erupt or that it is erupting. I don't know. I think that it means that there's definitely a higher chance, but I don't know. I have no idea. So forgive me, any scientists or meteorologists or anybody out there that whoever you are that studies that stuff. Uh, your boy doesn't know shit.
Yeah. We are literally just two dumbasses on the internet.
Everyday dumbasses with Aiko and Psycho. There we go.
And Fronter.
In front. They have some interesting games in the paid app. So in the first top 10, we have Minecraft. Heads Up is number two, which is kind of surprising. That's been number two or number one in the App Store on iPhone for quite a while. And it's
Since
that
the
game.
beginning of time.
Yeah, it's that game where like it puts a word on it and you have to put it on your forehead,
Well,
and
I know.
no one else can say the word. You have to guess it though. And I'm just like, is that really that popular? Okay. Then of course Angry Birds, Balloons, number six, Geometry Dash. Geometry Dash. That one was a pain in the butt. I
Yeah.
played that kind of thing on the computer. It was fun for a
Oh,
little bit, but
oh,
that was
I
a
got
pain.
good. I could do most of the monster courses.
Oof, I'm good. Oh, we have Monopoly, which is that one's for weird reasons
Sociopath.
awfully fun. Fair enough. Papa's Freezeria to go. Plague Inc., Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and number 10 is Stardew Valley. I have yet to play Stardew Valley, but I always
You know what
hear
is
good
so
stuff about it.
fun? Okay, you want to know my top 10 on my top page?
Yeah, let's go.
Minecraft, Rovio Classics Angry Birds,
Uh-huh.
Balloon Tower Defense 6, Geometry Dash. Number 5 is Poppy Playtime Chapter 1. Number 6 is Stardew Valley. 7 is Monopoly. 8 is Slay the Spire. Number 9 is Terraria. Number 10 is San Andreas.
I found
But
Terraria. It's number 15 for me.
yeah, well, number 12 for me is a DS emulator, which tells me something about the people. Oh, yeah, then number 13 is the Game Boy Advance emulator.
I'm gonna look up emulators on here.
No,
Emulator.
no, Nintendo will catch on and we'll both be screwed.
I'm just looking it up. So they don't have any because it's Apple. I already knew they weren't gonna have any. I was kidding the whole time.
Uh,
Like no, I have a Switch. I play that. That's good enough for me. And they already have the little. They basically already have the emulators essentially on the Switch, but it's made by, owned by, and operated by Nintendo. So it's them putting it on there for you to play,
well,
and they're
the moment
free.
that they put on a DS emulator, then I'll be satisfied. But
That would
until
be great.
then, it's a pirate's life for me.
I
I'm
think the thing
kidding.
is because people still own and play DSs like a lot. So they're
Yeah.
not going to put that on there because it's still an actual popular thing and people are still buying
Well,
them.
they're talking. There's current rumors about them possibly putting Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color on there next.
I could see that. That would be actually
Like I
really
love
cool.
my Game Boy Advance.
Oh,
I
I
still
loved that.
got a couple of them.
I loved those. Those were the bomb. I remember like it was I think the DS 3DS the 3DS came out and I ended up going and getting like the one of the Game Boys and several games for it, including some of the Pokemon games and stuff. I have no idea what the heck happened to that thing at all. I know I didn't beat any of the Pokemon games or anything. I had to restart Pokemon Shield recently because my dumbass accidentally deleted it on the Switch.
Actually, no, I think the only like I've only ever had two like proper Pokemon games before, and that's Pokemon Pearl, which got given away
Oh no.
while I was at school one day, and then Pokemon Sun, the only Pokemon game I've ever played and beaten because I fell in love with some of the characters.
Ooh.
Huh?
I said ooh.
Yeah.
I know that feeling.
And plus, every day I had some. One of my friends had Pokemon Moon, so I'd take my 2DS. Yes, like the OG 2DS, the no hinge block of plastic 2DS.
Yeah.
And we would battle every day.
Oh wow.
It was the closest thing to an actual Pokemon rival I ever had.
Damn. Yeah, like I never beat any of the Pokemon games. I have Arceus. I did get that one, the newest one. That one is not at all what I thought it was going to be.
It's,
It's but it's really
I thought
cool.
I bought Pokemon, not Elden Ring.
Well, no, it's not even that. Like it's very cool. I will say it's really cool. But the whole thing is you're basically back in like Neanderthal days for Pokemon. No one has any idea about them. You're the only person that has ever successfully caught them. It's like the prototype Pokeballs, and your
Wait,
whole
isn't
thing.
isn't doesn't take place back in the time where like marrying a Pokemon was still legal?
I don't know anything about that yet. I'm not very far in the game. I haven't actually played
I
my
mean, like
Switch in a while, but
that's canonical. That there used to be a time where marrying your Pokemon was completely legal. At least some of the humanoid ones, like
well, in
Jynx and
this
Bulbasaur.
one, in this one, I know that avoiding them and keeping sheltered is a very big deal for everybody because they're terrified of them. They have no idea what they're capable of, like at all. Your character, your whole point is to go out and capture multiple of like every Pokemon. The more you catch, the more research you get done on them, and you have a little journal that keeps track of everything. So you literally have to run around capturing every stinking Pokemon in the game. That's you literally have to beat this game. You can't just go battle at the gyms and you win.
Because there is no gyms.
There aren't. No, and you have the classic prototype Pokeball piece of crap. The first one ever made, actually, that successfully caught anything, and you're the only person that apparently knows how to use it after your first try ever. And so
Yeah.
you go around catching Pokemon, and when you catch them, you also have to use each and every one of their possible moves for each and every Pokemon. And
Yeah.
it marks you off on that too as a successful research thing. How does this work for this Pokemon? Use this with this Pokemon, do this with this Pokemon, do that, do this, do that. I'm just like, oh my god. Talk about the fact that like this is going to be, a Legend of Zelda. Um, why did I forget the name of the game? It's the one for the Switch. Help me.
Breath of the Wild.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay, there's actually two of them for the Switch. You have Breath of the Wild, which is the actual Switch, and then you have Link's Awakening, which is a remake, a really well done remake of one of my favorite Legend of Zelda games of all time, which was originally on the Game Boy Color. Link's Awakening DX.
I think Link's Awakening I played a little bit of. I played Twilight Princess. I really enjoyed that one.
I never really got into it.
I did like that one, and I do, of course, I have Breath of the Wild, and that one's a lot of fun. I like being able to just run around and do whatever you want, essentially. You don't
I've
have
always
to go
wanted
in
to try
order.
Breath of the Wild.
The what?
I've always wanted to try it.
It's good. It's very good. You could just run around and stuff, but the puzzles for getting the like soul pieces or whatever it is, I can't remember. It's been a while since I played. Um, they're some of them are difficult as heck. They really are. I mean, right off the bat, you basically get everything you need to complete the adventure because one of the biggest things that became a thing on YouTube was finishing that very first part and immediately flying to the castle with 3 hearts and beating Ganon.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's possible, but I like exploring and doing the storyline and stuff. It was just fun. And I'm not good enough at the game with all those little, shield glitch things that they do where they jump on top of an enemy and it sends them flying through the air. Nah.
I actually have a friend who got someone decent at those, like semi decent with like the bomb stuff.
Oh, the bomb stuff, I couldn't do that either, especially the bomb stuff where they're flying through the air. They pick up the bomb, put it under them, trigger it, use the shield to block the damage, and send them flying even further. I could never figure that out for the life of me. I think I got lucky once jumping off onto an enemy with the shield and flying. And I definitely didn't go the direction I wanted to. I tried doing the chop down a tree though and stand and like shoot it with the arrows and hit it freezing time thing, and then after it runs out it sends it flying. I did try that and I died from damage from the flying tree flying directly at my face.
Yeah. Speaking of Nintendo, as some of you guys might know, Nintendo dipped their feet in the mobile scene with games like Super Mario Run, which unless you pre-ordered, like pre-installed it, like some of us did, you after the first two worlds, you had to pay $10 just to unlock the rest of the levels, which was kind of stupid.
Did
Then they
not know
have
that.
Mario Kart Tour, which is kind of one of the more popular ones. They have an Animal
What's up,
Crossing
Zion?
game.
I'm keeping an eye on the chat. Sorry. Keep going.
Yeah. The Animal Crossing game. They have Fire Emblem for all five of our viewers who play that.
I actually want to play Fire Emblem. I know we're getting off topic of phone games for the most part, but that is a game I want to play, and I know they don't have it on the Apple Store. So I'm gonna pick up my Switch real quick and go see how much that costs on the Switch.
They like on Android. Nintendo actually released. It's called Fire Emblem Heroes. It's on mobile.
Let me check. I might be wrong. Hold on.
And then they also have Dragalia Lost. That's just some of their mobile games.
Fire Emblem. Search. Oh, they do. Oh yeah, I have
Yeah,
it downloaded. Duh. I have so
yeah.
many games on my phone though, and so I've got like 3 different like folders on my phone screen that are just games, and they're
Right
several
now,
layers
games
long.
I have downloaded, I have like maybe 4 games total downloaded. I mainly use my phone for YouTube, checking my Oculus stuff, and Discord, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I don't use my phone for much. I use my Switch every once in a blue moon because I play more Minecraft and everything on my computer than anything. Which I got Minecraft Dungeons recently. That's a lot of fun. I haven't played that in a while. I had it on my um, Xbox, so it's really nice to get back into. They've added a lot to it, so there's plenty to get into, which
Mm.
excites me. Because I
You want to know
played
a game I did?
Diablo.
Sorry,
No,
you
you're
can
good.
go.
No, I was saying I played Diablo. That was fun. That's basically what Minecraft Dungeons is Minecraft, but it's Diablo.
I know that's the first thing I thought whenever it first came out. You want to know a game they should totally try and bring a mobile port to?
What's that?
Turnip Boy commits a tax evasion. Yes, this is an actual game, and it is so freaking fun. They just released it on Game Pass, but it's actually really fun. It's a little bit like Zelda, but because the retro pixel design and some of the
Right.
gameplay, it's actually really, really fun.
Huh. Interesting.
Like, okay, how we talked about how console games come to mobile.
Right.
Now think about mobile games that come to console.
What are now that you say mobile that went to console? I can't even think of any.
Oh, I can.
Aside from Angry Birds, let me rephrase that,
Well, yeah.
because Angry Birds did come to. They
Plants
have that on
vs
the Oculus.
Zombies, Cut the Rope, Into the Dead 2, a couple rhythm games like Demo.
Okay. Oh, that got in there. Ooh, actually, that sounds really cool.
What?
Demo. I think I played that on mobile a little bit, and I did
Yeah,
enjoy
it's
that when
that
it was out.
piano game.
Yeah.
I actually got it on my Switch. I think shortly before I actually met y'all,
Okay.
and it's definitely the music is amazing,
Ooh.
and the story made me cry. That's all I'm gonna say.
That was basically me with The Last of Us. Just because
Yes,
I love that game. I love the story. I don't care who hates me for it. I do love it. That one actually did make me cry. I don't really know. I can't think of games that made me cry. Like I could think of plenty of movies, like the Marvel movies. Several of them either nearly brought me to tears or actually did. Because like for example, obviously Endgame. If anyone hasn't seen it, I'm not going to spoil it. But yeah, that was sad, and I think you know what I'm talking about because I'm pretty. You've seen that, right?
yeah, I saw it the night it came out instead of going to
Yeah.
prom. I really wish I just would have went to prom.
Oh God.
Worst day of my life.
Oh Jesus. Oh my God. But yeah, that was a killer for me. I remember watching it in the theater with my mom. It was one of the last movies before they moved to Florida. I do live in Florida with them right now, but I knew I wasn't going to see them for at least a good while, and it was at least another year before I did see them, or a year and a half. Um, and I was like, you know what? Hey, before you guys move, let's go watch the movie because it's the last one. You know, and it was fantastic. I love it. I still love that movie. I still also haven't watched it in forever because it makes me cry.
I had trouble paying attention halfway through because I think it's like a 3 hour movie.
Yeah, it is. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna Google that real quick, but
Yeah,
not
because I
on this
remember
computer.
seeing like people actually talk about, oh my gosh, it's so long, it's 3 hours. It's like I found myself
3 hours
spacing
and two
off.
minutes. Yeah, 3 hours and 2 minutes. Oof.
Yeah, because I found myself spacing off because I have ADHD and the stuff I was taking from ADHD was long gone on my system.
Oh yeah, I have ADHD too, but
Yeah,
I get the hyper focused. If I'm
I get
really
the
invested in
opposite.
something, I get hyper focused.
Oh
And
yeah,
that
that same thing is I wasn't really hyper focused on it because it was going on 9 and I was kind of tired.
well, for example of my hyperfixation, I was watching YouTube last night, and this I think it was just last night. I sit right next to the door. The door is on my right. My computers are obviously right in front of me. One's just to the left. Mom came in and I didn't even notice. She starts flicking the light switch. And so I look to my left. And I was like, why is the power going out? And I'm like, but my computers are still on.
Money?
And I look back at my computers and going, what? She has to wave her hand in front of me or whatever she did to get my attention. And she's like, I've been flicking the switch. I was like, oh, that was you. I had no idea. I had no idea. It was so far over my head. I was like, oh, that explains a lot. Ooh, check this out. I'm looking at the Switch store. Splatoon 3 comes
I
out
know.
the end of this year.
But yeah, Switch Sports is definitely worth it.
Yeah, I was looking at it. That actually does look like a lot of fun. But I need a TV or something to plug it into because I don't have any more HDMI cords on the back of this computer screen that I use.
Ports.
Yeah, ports, HDMI ports. I don't have any. I don't think I have any extras, so I couldn't plug my Switch in without unplugging the computer and stuff. And the last time I unplugged the computer from it and plugged it back in at all. It was acting up and saying like, "Sorry, there's nothing connected." I'm like, "Yeah, there is, and the computer's on. You better freaking work." So I just leave it plugged in. I don't want to mess with that anymore.
Hmm. Interesting.
Can I just say that like I'm really glad that Fallout and Skyrim are not on mobile?
Surprisingly, how many things those games have been ported to? Like how many times Howard sold those games? Amazed that they're not.
Right.
I
They're
mean, like stuff like the Brotherhood of Steel. Get like Brotherhood of Steel or maybe the first two might be on work because they were tactic top down ones.
okay. I just think those would suck on the mobile though. I have both in VR. I have Fallout 4 and Skyrim in VR.
I really
They're
want to play
phenomenal.
one of those games in VR.
I actually also have Borderlands 2 in VR. That one's a lot of fun.
Okay, that one I really want to try, but that's the dilemma of only having a Quest and no PC.
Yeah. Oh, I will say, Doom in VR
Doom VR.
sucks.
Oh, I know because I sideload like the OG Doom into my Quest. I can play with mods.
No, no,
Like,
like the new one, it's good. The graphics are
oh,
great,
you mean
but
VFR?
yeah, I have it. They had it on sale for like $2 or $3, and I got it because I was actually
Well,
really
see
excited
that.
for that in VR. But you have to physically turn in real life. I do not have the room to do that.
That's why you get yourself a rolly chair.
No, dude, I literally don't have the room. Like if I turn around or anything, I will punch my computers or punch the wall. If I'm not standing directly where I'm standing in my room the way I stand, I cannot play VR. Like I can play Beat Saber and stuff as long as I'm not doing 90 degrees or, full 360 or whatever. I can play Beat Saber just fine. I can swing my arms in that direction because I'm standing tall enough over my bed and whatnot. And then like in, VR chat and everything, OVR advanced settings, the which I run through Steam at the same time, lets me make my character crouch and stuff so
Yeah.
that I don't have to. And it works. I love it, and I'm good with that. But but if I turned or swiveled or anything, like I can sit down and face my computers and back off a little bit, but turning just means that I'm going to hit something because this room is so small.
Yeah.
So it stinks. When I get my own place, I am going to absolutely have a dedicated VR area
Hmm.
so that I'm not limited anymore.
Yep. Well, I know my time's about up.
Actually, yeah, we're at 43 minutes, so you know what? We'll call this a wrap up.
Yeah.
As per usual with this show, we go a little bit off topic, but I think that this is one of the first times we've actually stayed on topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least for the most part. We did when we went like slightly off topic, but overall we still talked about games and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
a
that's some
reminder
good.
to everybody, real quick, we are not sponsored by anybody we mentioned in this, but if anybody does want to sponsor us, please email. Thank you.
But because we are not sponsored by anybody, we can say what we want, right?
Well, no, no,
Well,
no, no, because here's the thing. I don't I don't think any mobile games are necessarily bad.
yeah, I know.
Everybody enjoys the mobile games they enjoy,
Yeah, everybody has
similar to
their own
me. Yeah,
opinion.
like
I mean, we're allowed to make the jokes we want about said mobile games.
to some degree, but here's
Yes.
the only reason you're not, because if you want them to sponsor you, do not
Oh, I know.
talk shit about them at all. Don't
I
make
know
fun of
that's
them
like
or anything.
sponsorship 101. Anyway,
Yeah,
thanks for having me on.
yeah.
I'm
Thanks
very
for
sure
being
next,
on.
hopefully, Psycho's feeling better for next time.
Absolutely, Psycho, come back.
Please, I can't keep doing this.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. We'll have the next episode up in a few days or so.